Here we are, going back into Wrath of the Righteous once again for the 101st time. Now, off stream, I redid the entire last dungeon, Threshold, so I could swap out one character. I worried that the undead archer lady, whatever her name is, whenever she dies, I can't bring her back in the fight. I needed a character that I could bring back in the fight instead. So the undead companions are really bad for this final dungeon. Just a mental note in case I ever do this again. Sadistic game design has been a bit of a slog, especially trying to get the Ascension ending in the same run. I have about 45 minutes before I have to leave for work this morning. I've been off for a couple days due to trips to the dentist and communications with H&R Block about the IRS. A bunch of blood-sucking parasites. Well, that's what politics is, right? Poly is the Greek root that means many, and ticks are blood-sucking parasites. So, politics is many blood-sucking parasites. So, I think I only have 2 fights left in the whole game. I'm going to try it at least once before I go to work. As soon as I step in here, everyone is either an undead or a pseudo-undead, so I can use... Oh, wait a second. One last thing that needs to be done. Let's cackle for a second here.
Oh, the waiting's never fun.
Want to... Looks like his horse died during the save somehow.
I do things.
Okay, so the horse is just not going to be immune to energy like everyone else is.
Never stop learning.
But I do need to turn it into a pseudo-undead.
I will not
The road calls me. I'll take the bait.
Everything has a price.
Okay. Everyone's saddled up. In we go.
Watch out for trouble.
Hey, Rilu. Are you gonna try to kick our butts?
This is where it happened. It was here that I conducted the ritual, sewing my soul and the essence of the abyss together, feeling the world change around me as every stitch brought Galarian closer to the abyss. And it was here that even though you have no memory of it, I did the same to your soul. A researcher must not have any personal feelings for the subjects of their experiments. And yet, I find myself unable to remain completely detached from the world wound. I created it. I allowed it to be. It holds a place in my heart, even if I'm slowly paying for it with my life. A researcher must be particularly resilient in the face of mistakes, incorrect hypotheses, and failed experiments. You are my failed experiment. I think I'll feel some regret for ending your current life. But you can rest assured that such sentiments will not stop me. Yes. And no. Even if I could have brought back my son, I wouldn't have stopped at that. I wouldn't have been satisfied. Not after what I'd gone through. Not after the things I'd learned. I wanted to become stronger. And I wished the same for my child. I didn't want to be afraid of anything. It wasn't the dogs of Threshold, or even Sarkoris itself, that threatened us. It was the laws of a world governed by death, weakness, and separation. That is why I needed the power of the Nahindrian crystals. I did not wish to merely stave off the agony of the wound. I wanted to tear my son from the grasp of everything that makes us weak and mortal. You have seen a goddess. You have been face to face with demon lords. Were you awed by their greatness? Do you enjoy living in a world where your entire life cycle has been predetermined? Where everything, from your birth to what will happen to your soul after you die, has been decided for you? Or do you find, now that you have experienced the mythic power coursing through your blood, that you prefer to live in a world that you can change? A world that offers you a chance to be anything you want.
Yes,
Strange.
I love the power.
You are a kindred spirit. We are so alike. Perhaps the experiment wasn't such a failure in the end. But no. No. When I poured what was left of my son's soul into your soul, I bet it to bring him back. They say death and the judgment of Pharasma purges the soul of everything it once was in life. But this cannot be true. I have researched this subject meticulously and have collected enough evidence to prove that supernatural beings born from mortal souls can recall their past. Sometimes partially, sometimes fully. I watched you day and night waiting for it to happen. For your memory to awaken, or your instincts at least, for anything familiar, something I could immediately recognize. I tested you. I asked you questions and nothing. Nothing. If a hypothesis is proven wrong, it needs to be rejected. But the research process does not stop there. That is all I can tell you right now. It will kill me eventually, but I still have some time left. Years, or decades perhaps. But it doesn't matter. One of us will die today. The tearing of the soul, followed by a cruel and terrible death. But it will likely be quick. And it's finally time to end all this. Asking me to stop is like asking a river not to flow. Or a volcano not... Death is not the end. I have spent 100 years trying to prove it, and I will not stop now. This experiment was unsuccessful, but that just means I need to adjust the initial conditions and try again. I am still alive. I still have time. You, the current you, will have to die, but only to surrender the soul you share with my son. I will start over. This time I will do everything differently. I will work with even greater precision. I will turn the world upside down if I must. I promise.
Okay. This is actually the next to last battle. Okay, there's a Rilu. We need the boss to go first, because we need to strip those buffs off of her. Alright. No more buffs for you. Let's see. Do I really want to run up there? Got our buffs on. Fine, we can use all the flankers we can get.
Have to resort to brute force.
Okay. Paladin. He's got 3 more of these, so one for her, and one for each of the.
Slice! Behead!
We have to knock her down to like a quarter health, if we can. Which should be easy with Cave Fangs. She has evasion, but she can fail her save. I have to do it the slow way, because if I accidentally attack her, let's see, will this work? No! Okay, so
I'll cut you wide open.
alright, last chance with the Cave Fangs. Again, I really don't want to accidentally attack her, so let's see, if I move, then cast some other spell, I should still have a cackle available. So and that cackle will stop my turn from ending. Excellent. Now I could just spam it to my heart's content without.
Cover me. Stab their backs. Your death awaits. Cover me.
Come on.
Stab their backs. I'll eat your corpse. Your death awaits. Cover me.
Come on.
Stab their backs.
Sometimes it gets out of sync.
Your death awaits. Cover me. Stab their backs. I'll root your corpse. Your death awaits. Cover me. Stab their backs.
Come on.
Your death awaits. Cover me. Stab their backs.
Come on.
I'll root your corpse.
Fine, we'll do it a little slower. Carry Lou. Closing in on half health. Be a lot closer if I hadn't messed up with Darren.
Stab their
Okay,
backs.
she's out of spells now. 9 tosses. Let's put on.
Slice! Behead!
Oh, she had an automatic heal, so. we're gonna have to try to survive at least one round. Okay, Arilu. She's gonna kill us all. All right, now, what if he got that he can? Oh, she had another auto heal. That's not fair. Okay, he cannot afford to. All right. I need to be very, very careful here.
I will see to your demise.
And I clicked the wrong button. All she can do is stab.
Spirits demand your blood. May I see your entrance?
That is that like 3 charges of that insta heal thing? Do I even have a chance?
This darkness.
Okay. The negative energy did hurt her, but then she got an immediate heal. So I'll have to try it again one last time. Okay, looks like we finally knocked her down to a quarter health.
I never thought that I would be responsible for the creation of my most powerful enemy.
Notice suture. Okay.
I've been
waiting for you to get distracted so I can stab you in the back.
What if you're wrong?
I would be overjoyed to discover that I am wrong. I tried to hope, even though there was no hope left. But wait, why do you care? Why are you trying to change my mind?
I want to know the truth.
That thirst for truth and knowledge. That is, but what makes you think I will listen to your arguments? I have gone too far to turn back. I must walk the path I have chosen.
You care about Suture, and he's here.
Says you.
You think I'm wrong about you? Why? We are not talking about numbers, equations, and magical reactions. This is about the soul. About whether or not you have what I lost.
You sent me that midnight bolt. I didn't know about your plans, but that weapon was
Yes,
for me.
I remember. I wanted to check, to see for certain if it would awaken your instincts. I was so full of hope that day.
You asked me questions, but I answered them the way you hoped.
Yes, I was disguised as Yaniel. This was our first conversation face to face. I was desperate. I needed to know who you were, to understand what you were. I wanted to find out if there was anything about you I recognized.
I asked you a bunch of questions in
You
Nocticulus
hungered
Palace.
for knowledge. You desired the truth more than anything else.
It's like you were testing me. Did
You
I pass?
refused to answer. You were almost mocking me. That love of freedom, the unwillingness to play by the rules. It reminded me of my son. And the vial of summoning formula. The same formula my son borrowed for his own experiments. He always loved summoning. Always.
I love it too. Mostly skeletons.
That's enough. I can see now. It was naive of me to think I could just revive my son the way he was before his death. But there is so much of him in you. So much of me. I can't think of you as anything but my child. I have wandered in the dark for so long. But now I finally see clearly. I know how my path must end. The wound still erodes your soul, as it does mine. Let me put an end to my creation.
Let's find
Let
another
me
way.
step into the flames and perish, so that I can heal you.
Okay, this
All
is the
these
special.
years, I've been playing a game with mortals and forces beyond mortal comprehension. But now I am a pawn in your game. I do not know your next move. I can't even imagine what plan you have in mind. So explain it to me. One step at a time. I see I was right to leave the lexicon in a place where you could find it. Yes, that is correct. We've reached the limits of our power. I did so long ago, and you've realized your full potential only recently. Mythic power cannot be made any stronger. At least, I have not been able to do so successfully. That means we are now living on borrowed time, counting down the days until we die from the wound's influence.
We got our power from the Nahindrian crystals, but we can make more. Have you tried those?
No, I have not. I haven't had the chance. It was in Canobris that I had my first chance to test the improved version of the Midnight Bolts against the Demon Lord Discari. The crystal dagger you found in Canobris was the first Nahindrian crystal that was procured in such a fashion. I gather that you know more about them than I do. Yes, I am sure that is the case. I have evidence from my experiments. The wound affects the material plane, poisoning it with the corruption of the abyss. But it also affects the abyss, bringing in a small amount of order and harmony from the material plane. The only reason it is not as apparent in the Abyss is the presence of the Demon Lords. They hold near infinite power over their realms, and their existence staves off the wound's influence. Yes, indeed. The Sword of Valor was Iomede's banner before she passed the test of the Starstone and ascended to heaven. I've never studied the Sword of Valor. Perhaps I should have. It is a truly fascinating artifact, and the way it interacts with you is incredible. Could it have picked up the early signs of your nascent divinity? I do not know.
Okay.
It's unpredictable and dangerous, but all bold plans carry risk. What you propose might work. Whoever absorbs the power of a newly killed demon lord will inherit their realm in the Abyss. If we throw in a connection to the wound, we will end up with something unique. You will have the power of a demigod and an abyssal realm that changes at your whim. Yes, your plan might work. I see no reason we shouldn't at least try. But how? There are only 3 demon lords whose realms are tied to the wound. Baphomet, Discari, and Nocticula. I doubt we'd be able to carry out a cunning murder of the Lady of Cunning and Murder. As for Baphomet and Discari, after the lessons you've taught them, they will never risk another engagement. They'll engage in clever maneuvers. They'll hide, but they won't face you in battle. They are bound to appear. I didn't know that. No wonder demon lords are so careful about choosing archpriests. Correct. And the Locust Lord still hasn't deprived me of his favor. He should have done that a long, long time ago. Yes, it is true. Baphomet outsmarted himself when he granted me power and patronage behind Discari's back. And I could summon them. No, it's still too much of a risk. The world wound is more than a rift. It has a life of its own. To accomplish the plan you have conceived, we would need to channel an immense current of power through it, all the way to the realms of the demon lords. It would be 100 times more difficult than simply closing the wound.
Certain days.
It's remarkable that the worshippers of Pelura were able to discern this. Yes, you are correct. Such days do exist, but they occur very rarely. Only once or twice a century at most. I can't run the full calculations right now, but I think you're right. This is the day when the wound is most malleable. We could shape it as easily as a master potter molds soft clay.
Okay. Bring in Baphomet and Discari.
I have one final question for you. Do you have a new Nahindrian crystal in your possession? Without one, this whole plan is doomed. Unless, of course, you happen to have a midnight bolt. If so, we can procure a crystal right now. Then let us begin. I do love Discari, Lord of the Locust Host. Aurilu Vorlesh calls to you, as I once called before from within these very walls. I am the first of your Baphomet, Lord of Beasts and Labyrinths. Heed the voice of Aurilu the Witch. You accepted me into the ranks of your servants, and I summon you now as the first among them. Come!
Okay, I have a problem. The witch is down. I wish I had had time to bring her up before the end of the fight, so I'm going to have to bring her up during the fight.
Come! Come!
How curious. The gnats have decided to set a trap for me. You have spun out your betrayal like an intricate web, but it will take more than that to bring down the hunger of the abyss.
First, my daughter failed me, and now my chosen
chosen mortal favorite does the same. Arilu, do you not see that this alliance with your mortal creation will give you nothing? You could have served the greatest of masters, yet you chose to be the puppet of your own creation. Enough, Baphomet! You are wasting your time on words when the time for words has long passed. We shall fight those who have challenged us and obliterate them. The Skari has spoken. You have come far, mortal, but not far enough to overpower two lords of the Abyss.
You believe yourselves to be our masters. You think you will be our doom. But you've never been anything more than a source of power. We will drain this source to the last drop.
And it won't let me... It keeps saying prepare for battle, but you don't get a chance to actually prepare for the battle. So my witch is still dead. Okay, so... She does not have a raised dead of any kind. Nope, nope, nobody, nope, nope. Well, in any case, she needs to go after... everybody should go after the boss. And in fact, after the paladin, but he is the one who can bring back all right. Who are we gonna kill first? Well, wait a minute. Let's let the NPCs go first. Okay. So I'm going to target you first. Oh, I can do it twice. Why don't I debuff you as well? That should keep them both from acting on this next turn. Mark of Justice.
May I see your entrails, please?
Okay, so he has to bring the witch back. No other choice. Okay, but he also gets an action, so Midnight Bolt. Eat this.
Precision and
I don't see a crystal. I guess you have to actually kill him for the crystal to drop. So
You are today's sacrifice.
commence.
He can also shoot midnight bolts. Okay, Suture. Okay, now we've already done the debuff on everybody. So let's what to do? What to do? So many fun things I could do to these people. Or people. Yeah. Are we not hasted? We're not hasted. Well, poo. Let's get that haste up, shall we? Alright, and then I get one more action. Give Discari something to play with. Leave me alone, Discari. We've got toys for you to play with. Okay, now. Oh, it gave me a second turn. That was nice. Why, thank you. Don't mind if I do. Let's see now. Well, let's get some more. All right, now then. Oh, by putting it on him, I took it off of him. Oh well. That was a mistake. I do believe that I have, yes, I do have 2 midnight bolts, so I'll use one more on him. Because I think there was a bug with Baphomet where if you didn't kill him in the same round you hit him with a bolt, he wouldn't drop the crystal.
Go for their heart. Die, die, die!
Freaking concealment. Well, it looks like we're not going to get a crystal from him, probably. Damage reduction 20. Yeah, I can't hurt him at all. I can whittle down Discari though. I can lower him down to almost dead, and then we'll just kill him with the Midnight Bolt next round. See, that was an error. Switching the... should not have switched the Mark of Justice before Baphomet went down. Okay, I know I can finish him off next round. So let's move away from him a little bit just to make sure he doesn't take her down. Oh!
It is done. The road to greatness. What we have is enough to save you from the wound's
Oh well,
influence.
I did not
and
get
elevate
the
you
full
above
ascension.
everyone else.
Enough crystals to give us both. Okay.
Ascend together and live without fear of gods or demons, exploring the infinite world. You truly want this. I can't believe it, but I will grant you your wish.
Okay, so we only had enough to do both of us. At some point in the future, I'll have to do a run where I get the full ascension. You're no longer a single person. You are a rift between the worlds. You are the order of the material plane and the chaos of the abyss. Which is appropriate since I'm neutral evil. I am balanced between. Beginning and the end of a century-long tangle of destinies and great deeds, you are power, but you are more than just power. Okay, so... perfect timing. Alright, oh boy. I shouldn't read this aloud. I don't have a lot of time right now. I have to get to work soon, but it'll be up here on the screen if anyone wants to pause the playback later and read these. Mortality. Shared by which I cannot do on my own, we accomplished together. Like lots of rust, the abyss was disfigured by the growing borders of the land of death and decay. As the former realms of Baphomet and Discari became the Commander's realm. Commander's story became legend, one that was spread far and wide in the songs of the bards, tale filled from the ears of many. A new face. Change the world forever. It's like, hold my beer, Vecna. There's a new Lich God in town. I guess each path will give you a different ending because it's mentioning the Lich stuff. So, yeah, they went to a lot of trouble. So war among the gods. Okay. So leaders, commander won their loyalty and obedience, reforged into an invincible army. Darren. Oh, that would be bad. Darren is king. Alright. I'm guessing that this has something to do with the Inevitable Excess DLC, which I'm going to buy at work today, and then because supposedly you can continue with the same character once you finish the campaign. So it'll be interesting to start a campaign as a Lich with 10 mythic levels. So, yep. Okay. Let's see. No one ever saw her again. Oh well. Uh, let's see. Yeah. Good old Nura. She helped us out. lot easier to read this silently, quicker. Try to read it myself out loud. I gotta get to work soon, so I gotta try to get through all of these. Not a word yet about the paladin who abandoned me. Yes. All right.
And what of me, the writer of these words? The half-demon witch known as the architect of the world wound. I gained more than I could have hoped. I achieved my purpose. I vanquished death. Untold might and all eternity lie ahead. How should I spend that eternity? I have not yet decided. But I know, from experience, I know that every moment is priceless if it is spent with the one who matters most to you. I have recounted the story of my life for you, Pharasma, Lady of Graves. Not only of my life, but of the Commander's also. I believe the tale of such an illustrious figure would pique even a goddess's curiosity.
She's mad at me.
I have come here to say that he and I are no longer in your power. This is the last, most significant result of my transformation experiment.
He is no longer within my power. This is true. Divinity has given him the right to decide his own fate. But you entered my boneyard to bring me these tidings. And it is within my power to unmake you, destroy you, and erase you from the cosmos. I wonder, did he anticipate such an outcome? Did he purposefully choose you to be his emissary?
I have relayed my message. Farewell, Lady of Graves. We will not meet again.
Their combined power has grown immensely, enough to almost rival my own. So be it.
Okay. Yeah. Ta-da! And I'll have to check to see if I got the Sadistic game design achievement. Or not. But until then, we will see you maybe later when I attempt to continue with the Inevitable Excess DLC. You guys have a great day.